Good evening. Welcome to the InfoWars Nightly News Home Version. I'm DLAKE for PREZ. It's July 24th, 2012. I'm here on InfoWars.com. I'm also joined by number 5. Let's check out some headlines here. Right. The Aurora Massacre and the propaganda of the deed. German intelligence, Al-Qaeda all over Syria. Right. Here's the one I wanted to talk about tonight. Mayor Bloomberg says cops should go on strike until Americans give up their guns.
It's ridiculous.
Number 5 says it's ridiculous, and I agree. Micro drones are coming soon. Remember when we were talking about drones? Colorado massacre survivor plans to sue Warner Brothers and 2 others. Who would those be? Batman. The Joker's real, and this kid's gonna sue Batman. Hey, Batman. New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg told CNN's Piers Morgan last night that he doesn't understand why police officers across this country don't stand up collectively and say, we're going to go on strike. We're not going to protect you unless you, the public, through your legislator, do what's required to keep us safe. In Bloomberg's words, those should be the entire collective police forces of the United States standing up collectively and announcing...
So what he's saying is like he wants every citizen of the United States to give up their right to carry a gun.
Yeah.
So the police will feel more protected.
So the police will feel... The police that are hired to protect and serve us...
will feel more protected if we...
aren't going to do that. They're going to... No, yeah, they're going to go on strike. Until everyone gives up their guns to make... so that the police will feel more safe. I mean, I know police officer is a dangerous job, but farmers, ranchers, commercial fishermen, lodgers, garbage collectors, truck drivers, construction workers, pilots, steel workers, roofers, and others are far more likely to face death on the jobs than police or firefighters, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. 2008 was the 10-year low for police officers being killed, and 2012 is, so far, year-to-date, down 49% from last year. Jason Alexander? This guy from Seinfeld?
What does he have to say?
Oh, Seinfeld star Jason Alexander's chiming in. He unleashes a 1,700-word tweet. Calling... Hey, that's more words than a tweet, pal. That's like a whole bird song. Calling for gun control.
In the wake of
Well, obviously the killer is the Joker, and now George Costanza's chiming in, and man, this all seems so close to reality. Read the full article. Number 5. What is your thoughts right now?
Not surprised.
You're not surprised? I don't even know if I can make my eyeballs as big as his are. And from picture A to picture B and C, the guy's just getting I mean, if eyes are the window to the soul, I mean, what happened to this guy's soul, his eyes, his mind? And you've heard Alex talk about your eyeballs are like stalks that grow out from, directly from your brain. My eyeballs are part of my brain. And I mean, if you look at that guy's eyes and he can barely keep them open, I mean, the guy's lost in the head. And it's not lost like just crazy wacko that wants to kill everyone. It's lost like, we're going to tell you what your next move is, pal. go sit in this car in the back of the parking lot. If there was even that much. The guy doesn't know who he is and he can't talk. I mean, yeah, the judge says you can't talk right now, but the guy can't talk even if he was allowed to speak.
Well, they say he's been planning it for months, so obviously...
Yeah, he's been planning it for months on his unemployment checks. Yeah, I told you, he didn't build that massacre. Someone else did. Somebody else built that. Okay, Bloomberg, the commander of the 7th biggest army in the world. Oh, does his wife ask him to say that when they're in bed? He went on to say that police officers want to go home to their families. Don't we all? And we're doing everything we can to make their job more difficult. But more importantly, more dangerous. Well, I'm glad Bloomberg admits that. By leaving guns in the hands of people... Oh, by leaving guns in the hands of people who shouldn't have them. And letting people who have those guns buy things like armor-piercing bullets. Armor-piercing bullets, huh? Why don't we go see who's bought the most of those recently?
I can't even understand why they're trying to turn this into a fucking...
If one maniac goes loose...
But I don't understand why they're trying to turn it into a cop thing. There was no cops killed. It was all civilians killed. So what does that have to do with cops being safe and shit?
Because it's a massive gun grab. And the UN wants to sign the ATT, the Arms Trade Treaty, which essentially says that everyone has to, like... Basically, the New World Order global government's going to be in your house and seeing what's up with your guns and saying, oh, you're not a UN soldier with a blue helmet? We have to take those weapons. And my knives can't be too sharp, and, you know, a baseball bat, we have to cancel baseball now, and robots are going to drive the cars, and drones, we'll just use drones instead of police. You know what? The cops going on strike. The cops were on strike in Detroit when OCP was taking over in that first RoboCop, and they're remaking it. And if you go watch the trailer to the new RoboCop, it starts out with cops, and it's like, oh man, the cops have such a tough job. Well, they're beating people with shields and helmets and guns and mace and nets and all that other stuff. And they're like, we've got drones. We've got the Ed 209. Blows up a tank. And that movie started before they built RoboCop and the corporations were trying to take over OCP. The cops were on strike, Bloomberg. And now they're remaking RoboCop, and they're remaking Total Recall, and they're remaking Red Dawn, but it can't be Chinese. It's got to be Korea or something. Koreans now. And why couldn't it be Russians if it's a remake? And I mean... And the shooting's going to go down at the Dark Knight Rises. This operation, this Black Operation, Black Op, could not have gone down at the Avengers or Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, those summer movie blockbusters. It wouldn't have fared well at G.I. Joe or, what else is out this summer? Movies. What's the big movies? I mean, a shooting at a movie theater isn't going to go down very well at one of those other flicks. But Dark Knight Rises with Bane and this guy's the Joker and guns and body armor and tanks, and the cops are going to go on strike, and the commissioner comes out like it's all a comic book. I'm sick and tired of you bastards perverting my reality by mixing in George Costanza and Batman and all my favorite, you know, stuff. That's it.